there's still a possibility that both CLG and Coast could end this Super Week 1 and 3. So they're still actually very even teams, despite that incredibly lopsided vote.
We'll see what happens. The crowd excited to get into this game, and so are we. CLG in blue, Coast in red, and here we go. Doublelift happy to keep playing more supportive AD carry. Sivir this time around, Aframu going to complete the engage combo. I mean, there are a lot of ways with CLG to start fights here. A lot of ways to pick a battle and to get around the map to make objectives happen.
To Summoner's Rift.
Just a random aside, Dexter has a chance to be really fast this game.
Yeah.
If he has a Sivir ult, the Lulu move speed boost, his Eve W, I guess he's got just as much speed potential as Nian. Both those guys are going to be zooming.
There's 3 champions that press W and move fast on the CLG lineup.
One of them presses R and moves fast.
Yes. A lot of ways to move fast. Aframu presses E and moves fast.
Nobody on Coast has a move fast button. They have a dash button. But
they have
no
4
move
dash
fast,
buttons.
No move fast buttons.
Nope. Daydream is just slow. He's actually the only guy who can't move very fast on this game at all. So he's going to be relying on Black Shield and positioning for
That means
himself.
he's going to have to be very careful.
Yeah.
Where he goes.
Daydream, and he's got to be sharp this time around. It's going to be rough. We'll see how good his Black Shields are as well, how good his reflexes are. Shifter spamming the taunts. The tails spread apart right there. 9 of them.
How many of you just counted the tails? Because I did.
I just trusted the name of the champion.
9.
Good job, chat.
Yeah. Got to double check your stats here.
Get the one up on the screen. 9 of 9 tails. Nian Zion Spartan. Ooh, he hits the E. Damage coming across. Angry Crocodile. And chase that guy down. He's going to spot this blue buff there, although I don't think Renekton can bully them off the buff, so.
No. It does give him knowledge of where it started, though.
Yes.
Which is pretty critical. So Nintendo Dex doesn't get counter-jungled by sneaky little Eves.
Ooh. Should be safe. These guys trying to kite around, and actually, Coast completely dodged all the ricochet damage, so that's well played.
Yeah.
The range is only so big. There's only 3 attacks.
Daydreamin also starting with his Tormented Soil to get Spell Thief's Edge procs off as quickly as possible, and the shove advantage is going to Coast.
All right, early lead with the Tormented Soil in the queue. Doublelift and Aframu on the back foot here.
Ah, but they missed 1 CS.
Yeah.
Would you look at that?
However, more gold to Coast, because caster minions are worth 14 versus the 15 gold that Daydream picked
It's no
up.
more gold because COG got all 6 of them.
Yeah, but it's up a caster minion. Or maybe they're up a melee minion.
Oh,
I'm talking
I
about
see.
Spell Thieves.
Because of the Spell Thieves.
Yeah. Equal gold in the
Well,
bottom
I
lane.
guess
Level
they're
2
even
comes
then.
in first. Daydream does not have Black Shield. Takes some damage. Answers back for 5 with the auto attack. Link, though, wow, good charm shot.
Shifter incredibly potent with his skill shots on Ahri, but that's a tough lane matchup for anyone against Lulu. Spell Shield on Doublelift, also able to eat some of those Dark Bindings. Taking advantage of the lock camera, seeing things coming towards him.
It's always fun to see if Sivir does go for Spell Shield at 2. So still no Boomerang Blade.
Yeah.
If you guys
Trying to
don't
conserve mana a little bit.
Yeah.
Boomerang Blade's very expensive.
If you guys don't realize, almost every pro does start Ricochet at level 1. It's better for the wave push, which is very important.
Yep.
In pro play to get level 2 first, which CLG did, and you saw them jump in for some damage there. Ricochet Sivir, keep that in mind. They do still max Q. Link, Glitterlance, 1 point in every ability. Shifter went QE for his first few builds. I was like giving the info out.
No, it's actually very useful.
Underrated thing.
Yeah.
Skill
order.
orders.
Because if you skill the wrong thing,
Mm-hmm.
you're going to have a really bad time. It's like, yeah, I max Spell Shield first on Sivir. I love blocking things.
I did used to put 2 points in it early.
Cooldown?
Just because cooldown and the fact that the mana jumped up pretty significantly from like 60 to 75, and it was
Right.
like, I felt it was worth it. I don't know. I don't do it anymore. Killing with the minions, Doublelift and Aframu still the push lead, and actually a bit of a minion lead as well. Starting to see some
Doublelift took a
damage
lot
come
of
back
harass right
down.
there.
Yeah.
They're very concerned with shoving the lane right now, and it's actually kind of a tricky thing to do in the bottom lane as Sivir to keep your CS high while you're ricocheting down every wave. That's why Doublelift is ricocheting at the very start of the waves, so it's not messing up any of his last hits, and then he's cleaning up with his auto attacks. But you don't always have that luxury.
You don't always, but right now, it's working out for him. 28 minions. It's time for the third cannon wave to come through. I could have memorized how many minions would spawn by this point, but I didn't, so never mind.
Good work.
Doublelift doing a good job of last hitting, though. That's what I'm going to say. Link as well, actually, 26 now is Shifter. Nintendo making his first way out of the base. First recall gets a pink ward. Was at the left side river at 5 minutes. See if we can track how long that one lasts. He's looking for Link. Can Shifter find the charm? The lane is pushing in away from Link a little bit, but now pushing back down.
Link's using minion fire pretty well, or just the minion line to block charms from coming through. It's been a very farm-heavy first 5 minutes as far as the junglers are concerned. No ganks have been plotted. I think a fair bit of that actually comes with Dexter getting spotted at level 1 by the Zion Spartan ward. Just gave the ganking advantage over to Coast, and Nintendo X chose not to use it.
And Dexter opened up with an early longsword, whereas Nintendo got some wards down.
Yeah.
Dexter's just really trying to get the items out there, really trying to get the farm going. He's got a 9 minion lead, or I guess monster lead, over Nintendo. I mean, he gets level 6 first. That could be important. Double is still taking harass. Good damage coming through. Daydream doing a very good job of getting his gold stacks going.
Yeah, 164 gold already out. That's pretty much the entirety of Coast's slight gold edge in the game.
Top lane going pretty well for Zion Spartan as well. 11 minions for him. Ooh, wow. That one's hard to spell shield, actually. That's really good reflex by Deadlift to block a Lucian Q.
Dexter hoping that someone gets aggressive, but he is just there to steal experience. Good level 6.
I'm not sure if he revealed himself to get spotted by that trinket ward. I think they actually know. Okay.
I don't know if he meant to get spotted.
Nintendo's seen by a ward. Nien knows what's happening. He does have Dragon Form. Goes in towards Nintendo. Just putting the damage down. Nintendo wants to leave this one away. No minions are left there.
Huh.
Nien blocks the gank by killing minions and leaving the turret up.
Nice move by Nien. I don't actually know the danger he was actually under there, but there's the jump on. And notice how Daydreamin wasn't close enough to Wiz Fusion there to get hit by the Afro stun afterwards. But Shifter now coming in for the level 6 roam gank.
They know he's there.
Yeah, Link called MIA more so than anything. And he's also not following all the way through because he's worried about getting caught. They just knew they were out of wards and they knew that he vanished. So communication is key. Pink ward just got placed down to prevent that from happening again.
Well played, CLG. Keep themselves alive. 300 gold lead right now for Coast. Junglers now both recalled again. Now Dexter gets his wards, and Nintendo buys his longsword. So these guys actually mirroring their build, just getting them in different orders. Maxing Q, of course, on Shifter. Standard fare. Got to get the wave clear going through. Level 6 for the mids. Blue buff respawning. And a pink ward actually watching the rotation in. CLG defensive with that ward. Got to make sure no one steals.
I think this game's really going to start as soon as Nintendo X hits 6 and starts some of his Vi ganks. The CLG games lately have been very rotation heavy. They've been doing a lot of movement. Link has generally made things happen by roaming around on mid lane. Oftentimes he's on Lulu. They've been using Sivir ult speed and lane shove to create those advantages. But in this game, the laning from Coast has actually been very strong. And it's keeping Coast pushed back to their turrets, at least in the early game. You know, Nien is getting outlaned fairly heavily by Zion Spartan.
Yeah.
Which is mostly to be expected, but it's still worth noting because it's about 20 CS. Coast is able to safely invade jungle to get rid of pink wards.
Ooh.
You know, Coast is actually the ones with the lane advantages, therefore they are the ones that have freedom to make map movements. And CLG is actually pushed into more of a reactive style as of right now, which is the style CLG got trapped into during most of their struggles.
That's true.
When they've been ahead and making their resurgence, it's because they have been getting the advantage in lanes, and they've been the ones able to make movements.
Blue buff went to the red buff of Nintendo. Shifter doesn't have his blue buff this time around. So right now, with the blue buff going the wrong way, 71 to 64 in minions. I want to see if Shifter gets punished much for this. The unfortunate red buff steal by Nintendo.
That could really lose them a lot of
He didn't go Chalice.
potency. Exactly.
He's going DFG, so low
mana. He
mana.
was needing that blue buff. His lane shove is going to be greatly diminished because of that. And that could absolutely open up some roaming opportunities for Link.
We'll see what happens.
Tough break.
Definitely. Tough. Chalice and an Amp Tome for Link. So similar AP actually to Shifter. Just has the mana regen edge and some magic resist. Nintendo, in the face of a ward, going to start up this dragon. Dexter and Link on the way over.
Bad idea.
They should know about this.
Yeah.
Nintendo backs off. And try again. If you don't succeed at first, keep punching dragons.
This is
the Vi way.
Really interesting. Nintendo is going to be quite low for this. Dexter could even pull off a solo on Nintendo Dex. They're not showing by rotating over, but he's coming now.
There's the fight. Assault and Battery goes through, just goes down. Dexter with a solo kill, double buffs. Here's the fight in the bottom lane. Daydream not in a good spot, puts the binding down onto Afro move. Can he get the damage across? Dragon goes down for CLG. Wiz Fusion still trying to fight. Good spell shield. They've got to be careful. Dexter almost ran. Nice flash!
Man.
Barrier comes out. Will they get the kill anyway? He's going to survive.
So now that's the rotation by CLG. It's all started, but that's because Nintendo Dex tried to make a Dragon play. This push now bottom lane. Link going hard.
He gets the Ignite down, picks up the kill on a Daydream in 1 versus 1. Nice play.
I really have to talk about what happened at the Dragon Pit, though. Nintendo Dex really underestimated the Eve. They did not expect that Dragon to be warded, and basically, when Nintendo started the Dragon the first time, CLG's lanes didn't respond like they were going to help Dragon. So therefore, he thought they didn't have vision of it. The fight happened afterwards, though, as well. Pretty big plays coming in from CLG. Very close fight right there. Doublelift actually blocking for Afromu and popping his barrier early. But then it's just the roam coming down from CLG. Because they still had a jungler, they were able to get a lot of extra pressure down onto this. And because they'd gotten low enough, Link using that super move speed to flashing it on top of Daydream. And Black Shield was a little late there.
I think it
Good
might
lance damage came through, and then the Ignite is what finished him.
Yeah.
Might have been on
might
cooldown.
have still been cooldown. Yeah, it's got a really long rank 1 CD. And most Morgana's max Q in lane, so there's a longer cooldown there. Zion Spartan still trying to beat up his opponent. Actually 79 to 104 now. Having a pretty good performance still in this lane, but Dexter is around. No ulti, but double buffs here for the Evelyn. Got the refresh off
This
the
could
kill
be
on
trouble.
Nintendo.
He's pretty strong at this point in the game.
There's a jump in. It's going to be the dash away from Shifter. He will survive trading ults. And there's a jump in on the Zion Spartan trying to run away. Does have ulti, does have flash. Can he stay and survive this fight? Dexter won't chase down. Ulti trade.
But I think they're going to stay.
Yeah.
They didn't want to fight him with all of his rage while his ultimate is ticking, but they might stick around afterwards, especially once they get the support of Link. He just gave the on-the-way ping.
He's roamed up. Nintendo is around. Shifter went back to base. Spots the ward, knows that Link is there. And on the one side, Zion Spartan, not a lot of places to go. Nintendo gets spotted on his way around. They're pulling up Shifter. Will he be there in time,
But
though?
they know Shifter has no ultimate here. So it is chancy. They give the question mark. I feel like they should back away on this because it's too dangerous.
They communicated a lot with Smart Pings there.
Hey, smart ping is the way of the future.
Yeah, even with a highly coordinated team like CLG.
It helps us. They're telling us what they're thinking.
Thank you, guys.
They'll be like, I'm on the way, guys.
And like, hey, guys, I think Link's going top right now.
In all
then he is.
seriousness, no. In all seriousness,
No.
no. If you say, hey guys, I'm on the way, they'll be like, where are you coming? It's like, oh, I pinged it for you. I don't have to explain that I'm coming into that brush now.
That is really useful.
Yeah, it can actually be an enhancement over top of your voice communication.
Anytime I'm playing a pre-made and someone's like, go, 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 I just like engage my lane and it's the jungler going top or something.
If you guys use
then
smart ping, you wouldn't have that problem.
I know. Tell it to my friends. Shifter, pink ward down, gonna sweep this away. Link will just wait patiently, then kill the ward himself. Cue the wall! Yeah! Well, that's warded. Okay, Nintendo gonna grab the red buff, takes it away pretty successfully. That's fine. Dexter, they're looking towards the bottom side of the map. A lot of pink wards, though, are gonna spot the fact that he's around. But Doublelift is here to try to defend.
He wants that pink ward.
Oh! Spell shield and the trinket ward to get the sweep. Nicely played.
Guess it works.
Yeah.
A lot of
That's a good
turret
choice.
pressure coming from CLG now as well. All of this really coming off of Nintendo, though. Trying that ill-fated dragon.
Mm-hmm.
Now
Yeah, that was
CLG roaming to push mid. Everything really happening off that moment.
Here we go for the mid lane. Spell shield not going to come up in time. Double taking a whole bunch of damage. In comes the engage. Lulu pops down. Nintendo diving in hard, but the spell shield's going to block that. The ignite still ticking. Nintendo running away. The fight is a wash, 0 for 0.
Yeah, Doublelift. Bit of a mistake, I'd have to say, right there. But the team has enough shields to keep him alive. Very critical that he could spell shield that assault and batter at the end. The push probably going to continue here for CLG as there's not many coast people directly defending it. Take another look at this one. A little bit too close. The solar flare actually missed by Afromu, so a couple misplays by CLG here. But because Doublelift had his spell shield back up, they were able to survive. So kind of dodging a bullet there.
Definitely dodged the Vi. That was important. Zion Spartan and Nian still in the battle. 36 minions now. Even with Zion, I guess both players have gotten a gank against them now. Both have been avoided successfully by the enemy player.
Yeah.
But still a very good start. Zion actually going for a tanky build. He's rushed a Spectre's Cowl, Chain Vest there as well. So
True.
Tank Renekton. Not what I was expecting, but I know
Well,
you talk about this a lot with Coast. Coast typically runs one tank. Not the case this time.
It has been an issue that has gotten Nintendo killed oftentimes in the late game. Nintendo is a jungler who actually is pretty prone to falling behind because he gives so much farm to his solo lanes. And then B, he's doubly screwed because he is often the only tank and the one person who can go in. So there's a chance they have done some preparation this game and saying, all right, Zion, we're going to try it with a full tank line. Also, Zion could have recognized that CLG is running a fairly low damage team. And if he actually is to tank up enough on Renekton, he could become pretty damn near unkillable, which is looking like his plan right now.
That'd be a good thing. Dominus plus the Sunfire Cape will do 143 damage per second late game. It's a pretty good number, to be completely honest. Zion is going to get his turret here. 250 gold to him for winning the lane. 32 minions still in the lead. Just makes his way out. I mean, Zion really just directly winning the 1v1. Nian still chasing, though.
I think Zion could have turned that one, but he didn't have complete eyes on Eve, and also the dragon is coming up soon. This is what it's really all about right now.
A little bit of damage on Afro with a jump in towards Daydream, waiting for the Black Shield to break out. The slow does come in. Flashing away, trying to get out of this one. They're going to. The Q from Doublelift. Huge damage. He's going to keep going. Spell Shield's on. Solar Flare from Afro Moo. Wiz Fusion's going to flash. He's going to go down anyway. 2 for 0. Nice one, CLG.
We talked about all the people on CLG just having more speed than those people on Coast, and that Daydreamer would have to be very careful with his positioning that game. Well, with no turret down and being near the Dragon Pit, since they didn't have the numbers advantage, they just got ran down. That was CLG seeing them somewhere and saying, yeah, we can catch you. They went for it. Now Nintendo Dex in the same pickle.
Little Lance. Nice, good dodge. But here comes the team there. They're trying to stop 2 versus 3 or 4 now at Dragon. Slow on a Zion Spartan. Coast forced to back away, and CLG still trying to take the advantage. 16.5 minutes in, 2,000 gold lead, about to be 3,000 off the Dragon pickup. Very immaculate play so far by CLG.
Yeah, this is the CLG that was on the winning streak before their TSM game yesterday. Even though they played conservatively in the lanes, they are making the proper moves now, controlling objectives, and really just playing smart.
Absolutely. Link just still the wave push shifter. Didn't get pushed down by his lack of blue buff last time around. He's still 0-0-0, holding up the minions as well. But Link's had more to do in fights. The 4-0 game. Nintendo on the side doesn't find anything to do. So Ko's just, I mean, they're just getting pushed back and back. Zion at least survived the attempted ganks, and he's winning his lane, but that's the only lane that's really putting an impact on the map. Unfortunately for the rest of Coast, they've not found much to do. And so now comes the rotation from Link. Oh!
Yeah,
he found it.
Come back to that one.
Good charm. Solar Flare going to get dodged away. Shifter trading ultis again. Nothing for nothing.
What's the point in the game where Eve is doing a whole bunch of damage, though? Eve doesn't scale super well damage-wise because of the split damage ratios on the Q and the E being different from physical and magic, but that with the Lizard Elder and just kind of tank items, this is the point of the game with the base damages that Eve is still remarkably potent. You can see that taking Shifter to half health really easily.
Yeah, great damage coming out. Honestly, it's the big spike. Level 13, the last one he's going to receive, then his damage stops going up with skill rank.
Yep.
You got to keep that one in mind. Dexter walking by some wards that don't see him on the side of Wiz Fusion. Knows he's there.
Oh, nice positioning
Doublelift, there's the jump on in. Wiz Fusion not in a good spot. Trying to run away. He's going to go down rather quickly. Doublelift making the team go fast. Another kill for CLG, 5-0.
And since CLG has taken control of the jungle of Coast, even when they can put pink wards down, they're not long for this world because Dexter will catch them on his adventures through the jungle, pushing all across the map right now. Actually going for an inhibitor turret, which once Coast peels for that, will expose the mid turret.
There we go. Look at the damage coming through. Doublelift easily able to kill the minions off. Nintendo looking to the side, daydreaming around. Yeah, they're not going to go for the spell shielding Sivir. He backs off safely. Coast still just trying to stop the bleeding there. They haven't managed to make any actual moves themselves.
Yeah, and if they don't do something slick soon, they will have that 0-4 Super Week, which would be a huge disappointment. And team composition-wise, they don't have too much that can actually make a play. Outside of Daydream and landing a very clutch binding, or Shifter a very clutch charm, all of the movement speed advantage and the decisions to actually fight or not are in the hands of CLG. They are just faster and more capable of initiating.
See if they can keep it going. 5-0, 4,000 gold. Still the team that looks for the fights, and they find them. They find the little picks. One guy overextended, maybe a team not near the dragon in time, anything like that, and CLG have taken advantages. A bit slower than our TSM game, to be fair, but I think Coast also giving less openings for plays, so CLG just taking what's available to them.
Yeah.
And chasing after it. The Stampede going through. Zion, I believe this is the second time he's grabbed red buff. I saw him recall with his camp a little while ago. I feel like Zion's just been able to take this buff, try to keep bullying his lane. But CLG making a rotation top. They're going to have double lift there.
They're putting Sivir in all the lanes that they want the turret to go down in. So they're going to shove this in very quickly and maybe try and get some of the last damage on the turret. They're also stacking up the wave as large as possible so they have more time on this one. That'll be top turret for CLG.
And just a quick recall for Zion. Realizes he can't defend this one. And just the back out Coast. They're looking a little bit like Curse when CLG took Curse down without any kills.
Yeah.
They're just letting their base die. They're letting things happen. And unfortunately, outside the laning phase, no moves from Coast.
This is one of these situations where they don't have too many capabilities. Daydream runs in on Eve.
It's going to be the Dark finding there onto Dexter. Here comes the rest of CLG, though. The team has arrived. What can they do? Nintendo dies. 2 kills coming across. Daydream also gone with Fusion dropped. 3 for 0 in the battle. Zion Spartan's got nowhere to go. Solar Flare's going to lock up Shifter. 4 for 0. Now
here's
only
the speed.
Zion Spartan alive. The speed still coming through. He's going to be alone. The turret not going to save him for this one. Ace for CLG. 10-0.
Just the catch in the jungle by Dexter. A completely one-sided brawl here by CLG. They collapse from all angles. Wiz Fusion actually thought he had his flash down at the bottom here. It wasn't up, so they ended up killing him in the corner. The rest of CLG had complete control. Link arrived late for that fight. That's how far ahead they are. Ah, and Afro gives up the perfect game for the inhibitor. Take him off of the team.
They lost the turret. It's no longer a perfect game. It doesn't count.
It still counted. I'd say it's a flawless victory. No deaths. No deaths is a flawless. Lose a turret. If you don't lose a turret, it's a perfect game.
Okay. What if you lose a dragon?
Nah,
But everything else is 0.
I think it's still fine. Dragon's just a big minion.
I disagree.
Oh.
But that's okay.
All right.
His agreement is healthy in a casting relationship.
Why do you disagree?
Because it's a global objective. Like trading a turret for a dragon's a legit choice.
It is.
And if you went the other way, you'd be like, oh, not a perfect game.
Well, at the same time, you could even... Where does it end?
I mean, minion
What
kills are
about
going to assume. Oh, man. The dive on in. Double lift. Ouch. Down he goes. 2 for 0. Coast finally showing up in the game. 2 kills and a turret.
Yeah, completely surprising there. COD trying to counter, but they don't have many people alive right now.
I don't think even CLG would win that fight.
So with Afromu going down at the inhibitor, this meant the Coast just all 5-man the mid lane because they had a man advantage. And CLG, because they'd have been so strong for so long, did not respect the damage of Coast. The first moment of creation for Coast gives them a little bit of power. Nintendo Deck's very clutch ultimate there. But what can they really do from here? They need to rush this dragon down before Lulu and Sivir get here. Otherwise, they will get aced again.
No, Nian, Afromu, Dexter off on the side. No Ari on the wrong side. There's a bind on a Nian. Can they go for this fight? Can they do the damage they need? They're not even going to try. Nian way too tanky.
Yeah. And Dexter's behind him.
4-man ulti. Here we go. 4 versus 3 battle. A chase down towards the turret. Daydream low on health. He's going to drop down. Doesn't even get the McHale's off. Could have saved his life for that one. Doesn't use it. 1 for 0. With Dragon alive and the mid lane turret as well for CLG.
So a bit of regrouping there by CLG. Coast was not able to press their advantage. It would have been absolutely instrumental to get that extra dragon down because they would have gotten bonus experience as well from it, knowing as they all have level disadvantages to their CLG counterparts. But just not quite strong enough.
Quickly dodges away. Doesn't want the solar flare in the
good
back.
ultimate there by Afro.
Yep. All right, Afromu going to go again for the mid lane tier 2 turret. Nintendo very low on health, locked up by Afromu. The Q comes across, double picks up the kill. Afromu though low, can they get this one? Yes, they can. Shifter firing back. He's going to look for Link. No, the ulti coming across. Dexter charmed up. Not going to find much. 12 to 4. CLG though still ahead.
And the super minions actually making a pretty big dent in the base. There it goes.
Wow.
Nexus turret down.
Super duper minions, 2 of them, sharing the aura. Making Zion Spartan's life pretty difficult. He's got to get rid of super minion or they keep buffing each other.
Did you know? Yes. That's why he's filling that super minion first. Now they're a little weaker. But Renekton is not your ideal super minion killer. Interestingly enough, Coast doesn't really have one yet. Super minions are very strong. Wiz Fusion not doing too much damage yet with just the Bloodthirster and the Zeal.
They're very armor heavy.
Yeah.
They have negative MR and like 70-ish armor. And like Shifter just doesn't hit them that hard. So there's the engage again.
Yeah, Afromu with no ultimate still landed a pretty good Zenith Blade. But because... What was I thinking about? I lost it.
Because of Zenith Blade, you know, damage, tons of damage, Trinity Forces.
Because Nintendo Dex had ulted him right as he died, he
Yeah.
was able to lock down Afromu for the death.
Yes, that was good. Pressed
Got
R.
it back. Still got it.
Good job. Proud of you.
This Baron is going to be pretty key as well. CLG basically had the game completely on lockdown when they killed the inhibitor. But they got a little lazy in their execution, and now they're regrouping. So they're getting pink wards up around the Baron, and they would just have to worry about a steal. But most likely, because they have so much speed, all they're waiting to do is for Coast to walk over a ward near Baron and then turn it. If Coast doesn't walk over a ward near Baron, they're just going to take the Baron and get the speed later. But this is a very turn-related Baron. CLG does not want this to be a 50-50 smite.
Down to half. Nintendo does have Q. He is around. Does not yet have Flash. It's soon, though. Black Shield would be available if they needed it. He might have charged that too early. CLG does engage up, and there's the turn. Towards Science Spartan. McHale's goes off. There's the jump in from Nian. Shifter on the back lines. In goes Nintendo to the back line. He's going to drop down 1 for 0. Nian's going to jump away pretty safely there. 5 versus 4. The chase towards Shifter. Ignite is on. Kill picked up by Aframu. 2-0. The chase still going down. Zion turned into a pretty little squirrel. Flashed over the wall. He's going to survive just barely, but Link wants one. He wants more. Can he pick down Daydream? Black Shield keep it alive for now. One more Q will do it. Yeah, he's gone.
Yeah,
Picks
the
up
map
double.
movement distance or difference between these two teams is just too immense for Coast to make up for. As soon as they expose themselves, there is no escape from CLG chasing after them. Great execution and plan by CLG to try and finish off Coast.
Taking them all out except for WizFusion. Picks up the inhibitor as well, and CLG says they go back towards the middle of the map. Not closing it out just yet.
Yeah, Shifter even tried to dash away here. He used one of his dashes, and then they decide to go on him. He's trying to dash away, but they're just able to chase him down ridiculously. There is no fight to be had thanks to the gold disadvantage that Coast is holding. Fancy flash by Link over the top to get those last few kills as well.
Pix picked it up. Actually, Pix gets both these kills. Just presses E, they just blow up. Poof. You know, it's called help Pix, but it's really more like hurt Pix.
Well, Coast is going to need a little bit of help pretty soon.
All right, Nintendo, dude. You got a black shield, but your spell shield's gone. Flashed away. Binding's going to land. Solar Flare's going to whiff as well. He's been missing a couple of those that game.
Yeah. Aframu's got to recalibrate.
And the sun's so far away, you have to lead it for a while. Link on a ward, doesn't know it. Coast, can they set this up? Doc running over the wall. They're going to find him. Shield is on. Nintendo goes in.
Pop the ultimate, though. That's pretty key. And the Sivir ultimate. So a lot of the speed down for CLG.
Solar Flare gone as well, remember. So 2 ult CLG. Might still be too much for Coast to handle. We'll see.
Coast almost had a pretty good comeback against XTG yesterday as well.
Yeah. They held on. We'll see if the playmaking is there. 2-2-1. Death Cap, Deathfire, Grasp for Shifter. So there is some huge damage there to keep in mind. And not necessarily a gigantic tank line of CLG. It's a lot on Link giving the support to keep people alive.
Yeah. Aframu also missing a few of his initiations. Very good strategic game from CLG, but a couple mechanical errors as of late. But they're still in very clean position to finish this game off. Gold lead is still very high. They can still pull off the Baron ploy again. They just have to execute it properly. The reason they aren't continuing to do that is because, you know, with Sivir ult down and Wild Growth down on Lulu, it was a little dangerous for them to be there.
So they'll play the waiting game till the ultimates do come back. 4 sweepers now for these guys. None of them paid for. Just the free versions. Free to play sweepers. Still pretty effective, to be honest.
Yep.
CLG Dexter off on the side, helping to kind of play his role as a ward. Nicely done. Zion Spartan gets spotted. Aframu and Link are there, but remember that Baron is still being attacked right there. Doublelift and Nien putting in some good damage, trading tank rolls there, down to 1/4. Nintendo puts the ward in. He knows about this Q. He's going to try to go over the wall. Black Shield comes in, jumps in for Doublelift. Now, can they get the Baron steal? It's getting lower. No, he's going to drop down rather quickly. Zion Spartan can't get it. Smite picks it up for Dexter. CLG going to pick up 2 kills and Baron the chase. Still going down. Daydreamin low, getting chased by Nien on the top side. Gets stunned, gets rooted. Daydreamin is running away. 3 members of Coast alive, but 5 with Baron for CLG.
Yeah, and WizFusion, how long can he run?
He dodged the first Q.
That's fast
Goes
Leona.
back. She's hasty. There's the binding. There's the damage. Down he goes.
3 down and the Baron buff, plus some super minions on the Nexus turrets. This is going to be quick.
Pretty much going to be game 30 minutes in. CLG stopping to kill the inhibitor because why the heck not? 50 extra gold for whoever kills it. It's going to be the minions in this case now in towards the turret. Link going to be fighting up against Shifter. Shifter loses that battle. He's been trying to help out the team. Nintendo now under fire. Kill picked up again for Doublelift. 7, 1, and 8 on his Sivir, and now for the Nexus. Minions dying down, increasing the scores. Why the heck not? Down goes the Nexus, 29-45 into the game.
Doublelift with 7 kills on Sivir, helping the team out with team speed, but also getting his kills. So he had his cake, and he ate it too. Very good work by the whole CLG team. Bouncing back after their defeat yesterday, 20 kills to only